All right, so here's the plan for today. We got Tucker's airplane. He's over there. Tucker's airplane's getting his engine rebuilt. Mine's getting a full strip and a paint job. So we're gonna take Charlie's Comanche 250 right here up to Sebring, check on the engine, on Tucker's engine, and see how that's all going, see what kind of progress they're making. Maybe they can have it out and done by Sun and Fun. And then while we're out there, we're also gonna stop by Okeechobee Paint Center and see how they're doing on the old Comanche. See what kind of progress they've got going on with that. I'm hoping that it's fully stripped and maybe even taped up. If not, they still got a couple of weeks to get it out. We're gonna go take Charlie's plane right here, fly it up there. We're at Fort Lauderdale Executive right now. Go up there and see what the man, oh man, that is one sweet plane you got there.
We're gonna be hand propping today.
Might be.
I wish my motor was done, but it's not. So I think we're gonna pick out a case today.
Pick out a case?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Here you go.
Sounds like a pricey day we got going on here.
Yeah. Oh shit. Did I say that on camera?
Yeah. We'll be doing the bloopy bleepy things.
We're gonna go taxi over and go get some fuel.
Clear prop.
Here we are, Lynx Aviation. Used to be World Jet. Just gonna get a shot of fuel here. Tucker works here, so got a little discount. Be on our way.
Okeechobee. No, paint this? No, not this one. His is in the paint shop right now.
Oh, okay. It's gonna take one. Well, it's been slowly dying.
Okay.
Yeah, I heard it yesterday.
Yeah, you heard it. Yeah. I knew the last few trips that I needed a new one.
Yeah.
We'll run down the air parts over here.
Half.
Yeah, half or bigger. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, it's huge.
Battery going in. Oh baby, what is this, dude?
We came out to fly the airplane and found out it had a dead battery, so just spent the last hour dealing with that.
Yeah, dead battery's a dead battery, that's for sure.
But we're underway. We should be there in about, what, 30 minutes?
30 minutes.
30 minutes.
Kind of stinks because we were trying to fit in a lot of things today, but you know what? Any day up here is better than being on the ground. Look at those tip tanks out there. A little cloudy, solid overcast here at about, let's say, probably about 8,000 feet it looks like. Got a little layer up ahead of us too, down below us, but not too bad, you know. Keeping us nice and cool, keeping us out of the sun. Tucker Rice enjoying the views. A heck of a panel. There's his Aspen, S-Tech. Right now we're just flying on the autopilot, hands off, hands free, just cruising along. Charlie, what makes having an airplane in South Florida so amazing?
It makes everything so short. For example, we left on Saturday morning and went down to Summerlin Key. Did a beach cleanup down there. Took us about an hour to get down there. Typically it would take, over 3 hours. And then from there, headed out to Andros. Took about an hour and 15, 20 minutes to get out to Andros, Fresh Creek, which would normally take in excess of 3-4 hours in a boat because you got to go around the north side of the island. So everything's, small when you have an airplane.
Any recommendations that you have for, a first-time aircraft owner looking to buy their first airplane? Maybe they got their private pilot, 60, 70, 80 hours. They want to get into something affordable. What would be your all-around best airplane you think that someone could pick up as their first airplane?
Depends on the price range that you're in. If you're looking, in the $20,000 to $40,000 range, there's a lot of options out there, between like the Cessna 120 and the Cessna 140, both tailwheel options. There's the Piper Pacer and the Tri-Pacer, both of which are relatively inexpensive. You can look at Cessna 150s. Some of the Piper Cherokees are affordable as well. Some of the older 172s can be bought right. There's a lot of options out there.
You gotta weigh out your options. See what kind of mission, like Charlie said, what kind of mission you're gonna be doing. What is gonna be your average flight? You know, is this something you're just gonna do, you know, take up to fly down the shoreline, or just putz around the pattern, or are you gonna be looking to go an hour away, 2 hours away, you know, and you want to get there quickly, or?
November, would you like a jet truck?
No, Aaron, I think we're going to be good.
We're just running the tip tanks out here.
Well, so the manual says you can run the tip tanks dry, completely dry. I'm always prepared for that. On long flights, I do, you know, if I'm up at altitude, I typically run them dry. Obviously, as we get low, I've got the fuel pump on, and I'm ready to switch fuel tanks. So, like I said, the manual does say you are allowed to do that, and I try to take advantage of all the fuel I can. So,
yep.
Our mains are completely full right now, and the tip tanks obviously are empty now. So,
if you time it and switch from the tip tanks or from your auxiliary tanks to your main tanks, while there's still 3-4 gallons in those outboards, that fuel is never going to get burnt up. So when you start calculating your total fuel on board, that gets factored in, and in essence, it's really unusable fuel at that point. You're never going to be down low, and that fuel's, you're never going to go back to that tank. So the idea is, you know, up at altitude, take advantage of that fuel, and then switch over to your mains when those are done. And that way all of your fuel is usable in those main tanks. Really helps on a longer cross country when you're trying to extend your range. Doing 197 miles an hour over the ground right now. Pretty nice little speed. I love this part of Florida up here with all this land. We need to get some of this land. It's so nice to have a little grass strip up here we can fly up to, be an hour out of the city in an airplane, and just do whatever you want. Freedom.
yeah, so anyway, the other day I was just reading this article as we're flying over all this citrus down here, and anyway, I was talking about how the disease that they've got that's prevalent down here, called greening, which doesn't allow the fruit to ripen. It stays green, is now moving into California. So I think California is the #1 citrus producer right now, just because of the disease that's moved through Florida. I'm not for certain on that, but who knows what's going to happen with all the citrus if it gets wiped out by that.
Might have to change our license plate.
Yeah.
I think we should just have a mango on the Florida license plate. I mean, we have more mangoes than anything out here. If you think that a mango should be the new Florida license plate image, comment below, like, subscribe. Bad. We really need to buy some of this land down here. It's just so nice. But just have a little cabin out here. Stuff to play with. We are Sebring, Florida, where Tucker's engine is getting rebuilt here. Full engine job.
Looks nice though, don't it?
It does
Look nice.
Yeah. You won't see it when it gets inside that engine here later on today. Yeah.
So once everything's done, you got all the parts back, cylinders, crank, everything. How long did it take you to assemble one? Couple days?
About 12 to 14 days from start to finish.
Okay.
I have the case here.
Alright, what does 1.9 pop look like without the engine on here? Ooh, look at this thing.
Oh wow, look at that. Look at the whole painted engine.
Oh man, Tucker. Look at this.
Which I always said if I was going to do one of these, I would have them take the motor mount off and paint it.
That's what they're doing. They're painting it.
Now you just wish you could come out here and spend a couple hours and kind of tidy up the firewall. Which you could yourself.
What's that?
Your L3?
Yeah, dude. You can scroll pages over and look at weather, like zoom it out.
Yeah,
See all the weather. Zoom it in, out.
You just got
You
all
can-
the toys.
You can go right here and you can put in like KFLL done. It'll tell you the current METAR.
Oh, what?
Yep,
Look
METAR,
at that.
TAF. So you can look at the TAF. You can look at the NOTAMs. Tells you all the NOTAMs.
Wow.
Kind of cool.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Alright, you can put traffic over here. Zoom it out.
Yeah.
And you can pull the weather up.
Wow.
Just like that. Shows you TFRs. There's a nice little strip right there on the left. What time is it?
It is 4:46.
Yeah, we're good.
Well, we can just, let's head off to Daniels real quick.
Yeah, we don't need to see Tim's plane.
Yeah, we'll just do a flyby. You'll be able to see it.
We'll do a low pass right by the hangar. You can just look inside.
I wonder if they got it sprayed white yet.
Oh, we'll see.
Dude, if they're gonna get it done by Sun and Fun, that thing better be in primer right now.
Yeah, I think he said they were going to try to spray it this week, I thought.
All right, just made it out to the paint shop. Found good old 1-0 Papa here, totally stripped up. Looking pretty crazy.
Why do you think they stopped there?
Just kind of roughing the surface just slightly, just so the paint here is real good. You can see they don't pass over any of the rivets or anything like that. But overall, kind of nice to see that this airplane doesn't really have any dents or damage on the wings. No visible Bondo on the airplane, so it's pretty good to see. Just got here to Daniel's house, right next to Okeechobee Paint Center, so we figured we'd stop by. Well, here's Daniel Klein's little grass strip property. His Comanche 250 right here. Beautiful airplane.
Yeah, you can't. There's no other Comanche that's done that. Yeah, I was looking for a 300 horsepower STC. Oh no. What you do is send it out to Lycon, and they'll port and polish it, and they tune it up to 292 horsepower.
So I need to polish up all this stuff, be like that one guy.
Yeah, Lee Hus. Here's his pre-oiler.
It was, see, all these were leaking bad.
That's your pre-oiler
And
down
that's
there.
dry as can be.
Did you fly today?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I flew back from Arcadia. I just got back an hour ago.
See the pre-oiler?
There.
Yep. Takes.
Hey! We're just out here for a nice evening stroll. Currently over Lake Okeechobee. 5,500 feet.
Rocket experimental turning.
Just coming back from Daniel Klein.
A
Couple of rockets over there right now. Yellow, black experimental, and then they said a yellow rocket.
F1 Harmon rocket.
Yeah, man,
One of those.
that is the plane to have. We need a couple of those.
Climbing out at 4,000 feet a minute. Thanks for that.
Charlie's got to reset his gear horn. I'm just going to use that sound to bleep when everybody curses. So anytime you ever see anybody use any of the curse words, yeah.
Lulu.
Don't really know how I'm going to end my videos. Trying to think of a good saying, and I think it's going to be, "That's a flight!" You know, like a... If you guys have any suggestions for any content or any other videos that you want us to put together, comment.
Like, subscribe, comment,
Yep.
and share.
And share. Make sure you share this with your friend. Tucker Rice, we're going to get it out there. We're going to show the world what it's like to be up here and out there.
Doing turns around the